And we are going to continue now in the course information section, looking at your weekly schedule, and you can open a copy of it here. Please visit this schedule regularly for your deadlines, just to remind yourself of what's upcoming in the course, all that type of thing. So what I want to highlight, all your week ending are listed here, and as you see, the week ends on Fridays throughout the term. And as it says here, the assignments are due Friday at noon, so that will eliminate any confusion. We're saying it now, Friday at noon. There are not any extensions in this course outside of bereavement and medical conditions that need to be documented, so now you know. All right. As you see, first week is just introduction to the course and student resources. You're doing it now. You're looking things over. In Blackboard, you're going to introduce yourself in the discussion board, which you will see in a minute, and you're going to review chapter 1 of the textbook. So what comes next? Next week, you will be doing a research skills and library skills video. If you took Com Essentials, this is like 2.0 version of that. It is an upgrade from what you learned last in that course, and you will be reviewing that, and there is an associated quiz which is worth 5% of your grade. The following week, the real assignments begin. Add drop is over. Everyone who's getting in the class is in the class, and we'll start with some of the higher quality written assignments that you will be producing throughout the term. So you start with an introductory memo based on the content of chapters 7 and 8 in the textbook, followed by a discussion. Chapters 2 and 3 are related there. Followed by persuasive messages. So quite a bit of writing. As you see, the grades increase as the term goes on. So by week 6, you've got, fair bit of grading done, 30%-ish. And then you have your first test. The tests are open book. If you don't intend to purchase the textbook, please be aware that it is available in the library at the reserve desk. I believe you can use it for up to 3 hours at a time within the library. So be aware of that. Your tests are open book online. They must be completed in one sitting. The first test is due by noon on October the 11th. Do not start it late. The test will shut off at noon, whether you're done or not. So be aware of that. Worth 10% of your mark. The idea behind your tests is that you do the test, you do the deep reading of the chapters in preparation for the assignments that follow. Because as we start to approach reading week, your employment skill communication is going to be happening. The first one is a skill statements assignment, great preparation for formalizing your professional resume, also helpful for when you have to write cover letters based on chapter 15 of the text. That follows with study week in the middle of the semester. So be aware of that. When you get back, you will be using something called Perfect Interview, worth another 10% of your mark. It's a digital tool. You will require a good microphone and camera. So if you don't own a computer that has good functionality of both, be sure to borrow a laptop from media services at the college to complete that assignment. Make sure you double check it, that your audio is working properly, all that type of thing. We'll get into more detail as we get close to it, but if you're aware of your needs there, you can start planning ahead. Following that, you have your second test on chapters 11, 12, and 14. And again, 10%. Again, you'll need the textbook. It's open book. And those chapters prepare us for the last section of the course. And as you see, weeks 10 through 14 are kind of one big topic that all lead to the cumulative production of the skills you've learned throughout the course in a recommendation report. The very last piece of the puzzle, that recommendation report, becomes a online presentation. You have actually not a Friday due date with that one for that very last assignment. It is extended to the following Monday of week 14. So you get an extra weekend to work on that one, because I know it's a busy time of year and you guys have a lot going on. So I give you a few extra days for that one, and that your final assignment is due Monday, December 9th at noon. So that is the overview of the course schedule. What else? As you see, as I said, the marks increase as the term goes on. The biggest mark is 15% on the last 2-piece assignments. All right, as it says, everything is due by noon on the Friday the week indicated. Late assignments will receive a mark of 0. Without documentation, if you have bereavement that is interfering with your ability to produce your work in a timely manner, or if you have had medical problems, please be prepared to provide documentation about that, either details on funeral arrangements, or if you've been ill, that you have doctor's notes, that type of thing. We do need some proof at the college. At this level of academic rigor, we do expect professionalism in all your dealings with us. As well, if that type of thing is happening, please alert me quickly. Don't tell me 2 weeks later. I don't appreciate that. A boss would not tolerate that behavior, and you should be preparing in this course for professionalism in the business place. So treat your interactions with me accordingly. Along those lines, when you contact me, please use jill.hines@georgiancollege.ca. That is my email address. Please use your Georgian College email address so that you will not go into my spam folder. Okay, I will not respond to your private email account. In fact, if I see it comes from that, if I'm in the mood, I will send you a, hey, don't do that. Send it from your college account. And if I'm not in the mood, you just won't get an answer. So you'll figure it out. Please list your first and last name on your emails. I've got 160 students this semester, and it just simplifies things for me. If you can give me your first and last name and maybe mention the assignment you're writing about, which course it's from, that just saves me time and gets me back replying to you more efficiently. All right, what else? Ongoing mechanics. Yes, writing is expected to be at a high level at college, and for the first couple of assignments, I will admit I don't go after you terribly. I will point out if I see repeated and glaring errors, but you will not be deducted a lot of marks for that at the beginning. As the term progresses, if I see those errors are repeated, and if you're not learning to correct them for yourself, you will start to lose marks. There are a lot of tools out there that are available to you, such as Grammarly. We have a writing and language center staffed by peers and college professors in the library. I would suggest, and I may suggest, if I see a lot of errors in your work, that you utilize those tools to help make your work accurate. All right, what else? Well, we'll go back to Blackboard. And as you see below this, we have the official Georgian College course outline. You can open it here. This, if you ever leave the hallowed halls of Georgian to go to another learning institution, or if you get a job where they want to know what you took, not usually. This is the document that they're after, though. This is the legal, official version of what you are being taught, your learning outcomes, all that type of thing. So I do suggest that you grab a copy of one of these for all the courses that you take at the college. Put them on your hard drive, print a copy, just keep access to all of this. It can just simplify things in the future, definitely. All right. Oops, wrong page, just a sec. Back to here. Below that, we're still in course information, just in case you get lost. Below that is online learning for you. And I do suggest that you read this over carefully. Sometimes you've gotten into an online course as a default because nothing else fit in your schedule. We are still in add drop. You're supposed to be doing this little orientation during weeks 1 or 2. So if you're not positive that online is for you, read this over. Please be aware, I don't check up on you. It's not high school. It's online work. It is up to you to be organized. Past students have said, timely, organized submission of documents is ultimately important in this class. If I see you falling behind in the first month or so, you will be referred to an academic advisor for assistance. So please consider just all that's expected in this course before add drop ends, and choose your courses wisely. All right. The last piece from here, you'll be going into the course documents area, and we'll just click there, and there's another overview that I would like you to look at. So thank you, and talk to you again in a minute.